Hey guys, what's going on, guys? Hey guys, what's going on, guys? Since when did I mess up my intro? What's going on, guys? ¿Cómo están? Yeah, indeed, it was a good game. It was a good game. I must admit that I expected this sort of reaction against Cadiz, and now it pains us even more that we haven't seen that against them because we had to produce this against Elche, and we just had to kind of sleep again just for the sake of sleeping, and it's annoying, right? But at least that's what's happening. By the way, for everyone, I'm watching Atalanta versus Real Madrid on the site, so I could update you on things that's gonna be happening in this game. But yeah, let's begin right away with Barcelona versus Elche, and then we can get into different things. This one might be a shorter type of live reaction because I want to focus on that, and I promise to talk and go over with my friends on this game. We were gonna watch Atalanta Real Madrid together, so I completely forgot there was a Barcelona match yesterday. So I promised that without even know the Barcelona play today. So it's just a complete hassle, but yeah, we're gonna go watch that later. So probably half an hour starting from now. Half an hour. We're gonna be doing this review. So yeah, guys, indeed, let's go quickly into it. I have to admit that first of all, the lineup was a little bit iffy for me. I didn't know exactly what Koeman was trying to do with this one because in my just point of view, it wasn't really the best possible lineup that he could have come up with. We saw many rotations in players such as we didn't see Busquets. Of course, that's a very big thing. But also we saw Umtiti, we saw people like Dest being rested or perhaps kind of taken away for bad performance against PSG and then against Cadiz. But in Cadiz, I have to admit that he also played quite good. So I don't really get what Koeman did. It just was a complete match of different players. And it didn't work. It didn't work. Surprisingly, it just didn't work. That's what Koeman does now. He puts lineups and it didn't work. But I have to see later that potentially I want to see at which minute did the new substitutes enter, because as soon as the substitutes enter, we saw the impact coming again. We saw the goal right early from the half, and that was very good for Barcelona because then the spaces open up and Jordi Alba had just, I would say, free more mobility for the flanks, and the same with Oscar Mingueza. That just allowed them to be much better. Frenkie de Jong was also kind of unlocked in the middle. And Pjanic was surprisingly good, and I didn't understand why Koeman took him off, because he took out Pjanic to bring in Dembélé, right? That's what he tried. And then he just realized that we still were lacking someone like Busquets in the field because we need someone to keep the ball ticking. So I think Koeman kind of made a mistake there. I think that he didn't read the game as precise as perhaps we, looking from the outside in, could have done. And I do feel that he made a mistake there where he took out Pjanic, then to bring in Dembélé, and then to bring another player like Pjanic back again, another pivot. I think that was a real mistake. I think there we're back a really mistake. Kartinkeya Chauhan says, what do you rate the highest performance in the match? Certainly, I would say Messi. I think Messi was incredible today. Messi just keeps surprising me time and time again of how effective he can be without absolutely nothing. Because the first half, he was almost invisible. He put one of the best chances in, but mainly that was down to Trincao as well. But then the second one, he just, like I said, it was unlocked. We saw that goal from Messi, the very first one, which was really good. But the second one for me was the one where I really went like, whoa, that's a proper Messi goal. We saw the great run from Frenkie de Jong through the middle, cutting past so many Elche players, then getting to the own box and passing it on to Leo, and then Leo took 5 touches or 4 touches in the area between 5 players, 1 touch per player, and then he just put it into the back of the net. That speaks quality and that speaks levels, and Messi has all of it. So I have to say, I think Messi is the thing. Is a real deal. We're talking about Messi like he's a wonder kid, right? Hypex Art saying, you win a game by goals, not by defending. The lack of goals is the problem. I do feel a little bit, I disagree with that comment, because I feel you win games with goals, but you win competitions and tournaments by defenses. Because overall, when you start kind of adding up all of what you have, conceding is such a big part and pivotal part into what's going to happen with your team at the end of a season, at the end of a tournament. If you do not score that many goals, you can win. You can win 1-0, you can win 2-0, you can win, like I said, 1-0. And if you don't concede and you just keep clean sheet after clean sheet, then you become tougher to beat. Once a team is tough to beat, I think then you can improve on your attack and all of those things. So yeah, I cannot disagree with you in that sense. But I also do get the fact that we don't score that many goals. We scored the goals in the second half. In the first half, we were very bland, very flat. That is something that Barcelona are struggling with. The only goal against PSG came through a penalty. Then the other goal against Cádiz came through a penalty. So in 2 games, Barcelona looked absolutely just devastated. And the big margins, the big goals that we've seen in games are coming in games that are against Elche. They're coming against games that are like Real Valladolid, Alavés. So it's not really the best sort of impression, I would say, to take away. So when I see so many people like Michael Violin here saying, for instance, Sevilla will destroy us, I do get it. I do understand that, because Sevilla is a team that particularly can cause us problems with that, because in defense, like I said, we have those individual mistakes, and we saw as much as soon as a better player, a better team gets into those spaces in behind, Diaz completely nullify and open up, and we just become so vulnerable and so weak. So yeah, it's unfortunate that Barcelona they cannot score that many goals, but we need to focus on particularly being more clinical. That Griezmann chance that some of you are saying, like Lubin saying, bro, that Griezmann pissed me off so much. Pedri and Des did so well in the build-up and wasted. That sort of thing also pisses me as well, because it also makes me frustrated and mad, because Griezmann has to be able to take those chances. You see that the type of player that he is, the size of a player that he is, the caliber of a player that he is, and Barcelona cannot afford to commit those mistakes. So yeah, I do agree with you on that one. I do feel that is something that we need to improve. Trincao is doing better than Dembélé. I have to admit that in a sense he does get more. I think he takes better decisions than Dembélé, and that's kind of interesting, because at the start of the season we were saying how Trincao didn't take the right decisions, but that goal changed everything for Trincao, and he just became much a confident player. And now he's way more of a contributor to Barcelona in attack. So I do like that Trincao is getting better, and finally he's getting the recognition he deserved. As someone like Emil Barua is saying here, he's saying Trincao deserves to get recognized for his hard work, just like how Pedri is being recognized for his now. Stop with his favoritism, Koeman, play the players who deserve it, and I agree with you in that one as well, because right now I do feel Trincao deserves a better shot at starting for that right wing, over that right wing than Dembélé. But even if you take that into account, someone like Dembélé should also be starting, because his quality is undeniable, and he does one thing that Trincao doesn't, and that's stretch the defense as wide as possible because of his pace. So I would like to see Koeman just play Pedri, Dembélé, Trincao, and Messi. That is something that I would like to see, and I believe that it could work. I don't know about you guys. What do you feel? Do you feel a lineup, or not a lineup, but a front four, in a 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3, the most advanced players? Okay, do you feel Pedri, Trincao, Dembélé, and Messi would work? Because I do feel it would work. I feel it would work. Mr. Capalot, honestly, Braithwaite should have just played the full 90 minutes and keep Griezmann on the bench. Braithwaite, let's talk about Braithwaite, you know what, because it's very interesting. Braithwaite started the game just lost, completely invisible, because he was playing for the left wing all of the time, right? And he just didn't have any sort of he doesn't have the natural skill set of a Dembélé, of a Trincao to beat people on one-on-ones. He struggles with it a lot. And even as a striker, he struggles with that a lot. So I don't really understand that from Koeman. Mainly, it's probably just because Koeman wants to see his acceleration, just wants to use the acceleration of Braithwaite to get past like that. But let's be honest, he's not a left winger. He really struggles with that. So when he moved then Braithwaite back again into the center and then brought in Dembélé, Braithwaite was much better because his passes, his link-up play was much better. Then people like Messi and Pedri could use Braithwaite as a reference, as a pivotal part of what they wanted to do in attack, and it worked. We saw it in the first goal. We saw it, Pedri connecting to Messi, Messi with Braithwaite, and then a back heel onto Messi again. Braithwaite gives you that outlet that normally you wouldn't have. And also precisely, that is what Barcelona is lacking. You see the players that Barcelona want to get in, like, let's say just the names, Haaland. Haaland will be a player that can do you good in that scenario, because he could just be an anchor man in the attack, a linchpin of that thing, and overall that is good. So I would like to see a striker being signed by Barcelona, because it would improve the attack in that scenario. But of course we have to get money for someone like that. What happened when Fati comes? When Fati comes is a very interesting question, because the thing is that Ansu Fati just leaves me with a lot of questions. as to what will be his level when he comes back. We have to see if it's going to take him a few games to kind of get back to his rhythm, or maybe it's going to be just an instant impact. You know, if that happens, then Ansu Fati surely he should start, because on its day, and also in terms of quality and level that they are right now, I think Ansu Fati is probably the best winger that we have and one of the best players in the squad. So it's going to be interesting to see who's going to be sitting down, because probably I think it's going to be Dembele who's going to be sitting down if he continues like this. I think we may see just Messi, Pedri, Griezmann, and Ansu Fati. That could be a front four, or maybe take out Griezmann and put in Kickoff. We just have to see how it works, you know. But that's kind of what I feel would happen. When I'll give you like an insight. When I play my career modes, my lineup is that. My lineup is a striker, which is Haaland. I have Messi, and then I have Pedri and Ansu Fati. So instead of Griezmann right now, instead of Haaland, we have someone like Griezmann now. But I guess you could put Trincao in as attacker if you wanted that. When is Fati coming back? It seems that Fati is going to be coming up somewhere in March. Somewhere in March, in the beginning of March, that's one of it's being said. I don't think he's going to make it for the second leg of PSG. I really don't. I don't think he's going to make it for Sevilla either. So all the people saying, oh, this is a team that we need to come back, that's not going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. What is happening on the Madrid game? Still 0-0. Ramani has been kind of pushing Atalanta to on their own half, but this time around now is a corner for Atalanta. It's Luis Muriel taking it, the Colombian. Let's just wait and see what happens in this corner. So let's see. Muriel with the corner takes it in, and that's Varane kicking it out. But it's a good game so far. I have from what I've seen from this game, it's still kind of like it's very attacking. It's very attacking in the sense that Atalanta do put so many men forward that right now in this corner there isn't a single player there in their own half of the pitch, right? So we have Golini, the goalkeeper, just basically acting as another player. Sort of, it's very advanced. It's very advanced, very risky, but also Real Madrid doesn't have that much to counter-attack on. They have so many injuries, so I don't know. Hopefully Atalanta win this one. Hopefully they win. Y'all still want Griezmann to start. I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel that he doesn't deserve the starting spot, but I don't know who does deserve it. I don't know. I really don't know. MNX Junior says, bro, stop with the excuses. If Leche was not shit against PSG, we would not lose. Dembele missed bad, but to go and concede 4 cannot be pinned or attacked. Yeah, I think Lenglet was bad against PSG. He really didn't have a good performance, but overall the team was just lacking any sort of conviction when defending. So I'm not really like you, MNX, in the sense that I blame particular players for defense. I blame players for individual mistakes, like Lenglet against Cadiz. I can blame him for that. But when a team defends collectively, you just can easily blame it on the defender, because the defender is always going to be out of position because it's going to be covering up for all the other spaces. If every player held the same responsibility in defending, then there wouldn't be that many kind of bad performances from center backs, because they wouldn't shift as much as what they need to do. You see right now, players that don't, particularly fullbacks, if your fullbacks are not defending correctly, then you're really wasting your center backs, because they're constantly drifting and opening up to try and kind of occupy the spaces that they're leaving behind. So I do feel that collectively a team needs to be proper to win these sort of games, and Barcelona currently are not. People are saying the team spirit is getting better. I feel that the team spirit was kind of hit very hard after the PSG game. It was a very large hit on so many new players, especially like the youngsters who have never felt a defeat like this before. So it does feel that way. Against Cadiz, I think they're going to be very mad in the sense that they did a good game, kind of. Very flat in attack, like we know. But, wait. It's a red card for Atalanta! What? Oh my... What? That's not a red card. That's not a red... That's barely a foul. My good... What? So it's Benjamin Mendy. I don't know how he made it up there, right? It's Benjamin Mendy running... open into Atalanta like a counter-attack. You know what? Simple, like a counter-attack. I want the replay. Come on, director, I want the replay. Okay, so it's Benjamin Mendy running, pass from Vinicius, Benjamin Mendy overlapping, and it's barely like a clash. It's barely like a clash. Like both of the players clash onto one another. And Frauler, I mean, he does push the player, right? He does push Mendy. He stops Mendy. Is that a red card? I don't know, man. It's a bit harsh in my opinion. It's a bit harsh in my opinion. Very, very hard. Oh, no, that is not, in my opinion, that's not a red card. Dude, Madrid gets so lucky. VR ain't even gonna check it. You ain't even gonna check it. You ain't even gonna check it. Dude. Nah, that is not a red card. Oh my god. That's a yellow. That's a yellow card. Like, I mean, the other Atalanta player, Cristian Romero, wasn't even that far off. He wasn't even that far off the line. He really wasn't. So, was it really the last man? I'll need to see it again, but in my opinion, it wasn't. It was a yellow, man. It was a yellow. Dude, that is so fucking bad, dude. That is hilarious. Benjamin Mendy, Ferland Mendy. Yeah, Ferland Mendy. Sorry about that. I said Benjamin. Oh my dude, I'm so tired of it. I'm tired of it, of Madrid and these players, these teams always getting these sort of chances. Stupid, so horrible, dude. That is not a red card. And Fraller is such an important player to their side. He's the man who with the most ball recoveries in that team. He's constantly covering up for everything, especially with Atalanta being such an attacking team. And now Mario Pasalic is gonna enter. But probably he takes out Pesina. Mario Pesina, I think it's name. I have no idea. But yeah, unfortunate, dude. It's not even anything had not happened. 20 minutes in, and Atalanta get a red card. Fucking hilarious. Come on, Atalanta counter. Zapata. Open up. Ugh, this is dumb, dude. This is so dumb. But well, that sucks. Yeah, exactly like Joshua and Sarabia says. Well, that sucks. Anyway. Getting back into the game, we talk about Braithwaite. I said Braithwaite. I believe what I used about him is that he changed his performance. Right. The very first few minutes he sucked ass. He really sucked ass. But then he managed to improve because he came out of the game with 2 assists. That is not easy feat, you know. He came out of the game with 2 assists. So that is good. He's a player that is contributing, and I particularly see Braithwaite like that. I see a player that can contribute, but not necessarily a player that could reach at the level of Barcelona. So I feel that's the case. Phoenix is saying that Pedri made more tackles for and more ball recoveries with 11 than any other player in the pitch during Elche by Squawka. That is something that I wanted to mention as well. Thank you for reminding me, Phoenix. The ball recoveries that Pedri is doing, and this is something that I just wasn't aware of his game. Pedri has impressed me so far as how freaking good he is in every single facet of the game. Defending, he always tries, he's pushing for everything, and I like that a lot. Pedri is a player that you really must give credit to, honestly. And I do not get how people don't even rate this guy. He's incredible, he's proper good. So indeed, I feel that is something that people underestimate. Apparently Atalanta ain't gonna make a substitution. They brought in the player to make a substitution, then kind of retrieve it. But yeah. Pedri, I have to say, and the 2 ball recoveries that Pedri did in this game, the 2 main key ones that were directed into a goal. The 2 ball recoveries that Pedri did, 3 of the goals were by 2 goals of ball recoveries from Pedri. So the first one and the third one, I think, those 2 came from recoveries from Pedri. So that tells you a lot. It tells you that this kid is a prodigy, and he's playing so many minutes as well. He's one of the players in Barcelona that has played the most minutes. So you're really left to wonder that perhaps Pedri that perhaps Coutinho doesn't even have room in this team anymore. A said 1347 saying Lenglet can be good as Soho, so I hope he regains some confidence. I agree. Dude, I see so many. So I got so much hate for people commenting on our video in the one that I reviewed the Barcelona squad and go over every single player, and they're saying that I shouldn't have kept Lenglet. But the thing is that Lenglet was an incredible defender 2 seasons ago. 2 seasons ago, this season he has been shit. But last season, the season before, he was a good defender. Very good defender, indeed. I do not get that. Let me ask you, was he a good defender? Probably all of you are going to say yes. And then with that on top, we take the fact that if we bring in these new center backs in and we sell Umtiti, we get rid of Piqué, Lenglet could be our 3rd and 4th choice center back and just be an extra name that we can have in our squad. That is not bad by any means. Lenglet is not that bad to the stage that he cannot form part of the squad and be a substitute. So I do not get that. I think Pjanic, I read Pjanic, sorry. Lenglet can be a good player to our team. So indeed, I would keep Lenglet, and I think he's gonna be good. Vivian, Buga, Griezmann was doing good before the PSG game. What happened? I think it's just confidence, really, dude. I think it's confidence. I think that Griezmann potentially didn't have the best of times because, like, that video came out of him fighting Piqué, and so many people sided with Piqué more than Griezmann. So that is something that in the dressing room is gonna be felt. I don't know about you guys, but have you ever kind of fighting not a friend but a teammate? Have you ever fought a teammate like on work or on a project in school, and then you fight over something, and then you want to come back and kind of talk again, and it's kind of awkward? I think that's something that happens. Some people underestimate the fact of how kind of mentally it's important to be fit in football, and they kind of just say the excuses of, oh, you earn so much money, so you have to always be fit mentally. But that's not really the case. Like, it's not always something that's gonna happen like this quick. So I feel that Griezmann has a little bit of trouble there, and he has to get back into the right rhythm of the squad again. And hopefully, that can happen soon rather than later. Josue Perdomo. So what does Pjanic add to this team? Because I'm still mad will Arthur go for him. I agree, dude. I do not understand the Arthur sale. Honestly, Arthur sale, like, this is the thing. If Barcelona are doing so shit, and here I'm gonna answer your question correctly, Josue. If Barcelona are so shit, then why do you bring in Arthur? Why do you sell Arthur and bring in Pjanic? Why don't you just sell Arthur? You know what? You don't need Pjanic at that stage. And then on top of that code swap transfer deal business between Pjanic and Arthur didn't really help the club at all in any shape, way, or form. Like, it just didn't do anything for the club. So I don't get it. I really do not understand it. Francisco Hernandez saying, why does Koeman call up Conrad if he doesn't play him? The kid has space and brings down the opposition defenses. I also know that, but I feel that he's kind of a little bit lower down in the pecking order. So if you have Trincao and Dembele, then Conrad is third. If Trincao or Dembele were injured, then I think Conrad will move up to be second. So I feel that is how it works. There's some sort of hierarchy that you kind of need to respect. But I also get the pain. I do not understand the thing about Ilex Moriba, because someone like Moriba should be getting more game time. And the same with Riqui Puig, right? So if you tell the under-19 Spain national team, you know what, I don't want you to get Moriba because I want him to train for the first team. Okay, fine. But then you don't even call him up for this game? That makes absolutely no sense. So I don't really get that either. Koeman is an interesting character, because Koeman talks a lot of the talk in the press conference. He says a lot. He makes good points. And he's like, oh, you know what? I like what you're saying. But when the moment comes to actually act on something, he kind of backtracks. And it's kind of like a president. Like a president in real life. Sorry about this. It's an attack from Atalanta. Luis Muriel with a cross. And that is over. Atalanta, my goodness. Atalanta is still attacking, honestly. After the red card, Atalanta is still up there trying to fight, and they're so open as well. They're not changing anything, and they got a red card. So go Atalanta. I respect mad respect for Atalanta. Very, very good respect for Atalanta. They're doing good, and even with a red card. Would Arthur even play if he was in this team? I don't know, dude, because I think De Jong, if Arthur played in this team, probably Koeman would have tried to make Arthur be what De Jong is now, and then put De Jong as a CDM. That is probably what that guy of Koeman would have tried, but who knows? Because we know Koeman, Ronald Koeman is a very interesting character. Hypex Arts, yeah, I know, but we cannot do anything about this until the summer. So how do we fix this? You were talking to Eminex Jr. I don't get that. I don't get what you're arguing. Just keep arguing to yourself. Do you think Barcelona can still... It's true, dude. Ronald Koeman talks like a politician, because I like him. You know what? I say I like him. It's I'm going to say a weird analogy. Like in Peru, we just got a new president, right? And I like the new president. I like what he said. I really like how he talks. But then when he comes to the actual kind of COVID measures that he wants to take, kind of bad. So he talks like a politician. Koeman really reminded me of that. Who do you want to be president, Buga? I would want Laporta to be president. I think Font would be as well. I don't really care who else to win, but not Tony Frexa. Tony Frexa wants to sell us to a business, and I don't want that to happen. I really, really don't. How the fuck was that I read? I know, dude. Lautaro Martinez over Gabriel Jesus, Lautaro Martinez. How much is the City 1-0? 1-0 for City? Okay, interesting. I like Font's project and ideas, however, I still don't think he's the correct target. I agree, that's a perfect way of saying it. Ryan Richards. Font has a good project, has good ideas, and he's thinking about the future, and I like that. But he doesn't have the right mold to be the president. I feel that he may be kind of like Bartomeu in the sense that Bartomeu, in a way, didn't start horribly, but then he just kind of grew this character of trying to face the media, and everybody was hating him, and he just wanted to kind of prove that he was the better man, and that is just kind of a very redundant way of thinking, you know? And I don't feel that is really the case. And now, Duan Zapata was injured. Oh my god! Puta, Real Madrid no puede ser más sortudo. Dude, Real Madrid has so much luck. One of Atalanta's best player is out injured. Where is that with us? Where is that with PSG? Why couldn't Kimpembe get a red card? Why couldn't Mbappe get injured? Why? Oh my god. Real Madrid is getting the Champions League, at least around 16 served on a platter. They shouldn't really be winning this game. Oh my god, Atalanta, I want to root for you so bad. Vamos, Atalanta, vamos. This is annoying as fuck. Their best player is injured, and they got a red card. That shouldn't be no red card. Dude. This is annoying. Franquinho says, I don't agree with you. Better is to have a youngster as a fourth center back than a 23-year-old player who has a big wage. Yeah, but the thing is that also you cannot put just precisely if he's not, let's say Eddie Garcia comes in, right? Because he's free. And then Eddie Garcia plays from the get-go and he's not good. What do you do then? Do you put another youngster in or stuff like that? So it's kind of, you have to manage your way in squad building. So for instance, Pedri is a gamble. You buy Pedri, does he work or not? And that's the thing, does he work or not? Real Madrid had that problem last season because they didn't have Hazard, the season before Hazard. They bought Vinicius and they bought Rodrigo, right? Not Vinicius and not Rodrigo. None of them lived up to a consistent good level. So that could happen, and you don't want that because young players can be immediately incredible or just kind of take some time to develop. So I would never like a team, especially Barcelona in defense, where they have a center back that is not up to scratch, because then we will have the very same problems. Well, I know that Lenglet can turn it around. You know, there's a difference there. I do feel Lenglet can turn it around because he's not old by any means. He's 25. So I still give him the benefit of the doubt. X-Prime Team, I don't get the hype on Laporta. He's saying that he'll buy Haaland when we're 2.2 million in debt and 1.2 million in debts. Yet when Font says we have to use youth because we have no money, he gets criticized. I think it's not because of... I don't think... People are not criticizing Font because of the way of his ideas. I think Font is being criticized by the way that he attacks, because he's attacking something that is beloved. If you are kind of being a president, running for an electoral campaign or whatever, you don't want to attack the favorite. You want to be an underdog. An underdog never attacks the big guy, because then you're no longer an underdog. An underdog is you trying to be nice, you being loved, and you feeling that kind of love to you, you know, attracting people to love you. If you start attacking the one that everybody likes, then that doesn't get anything, you know, back. So that is a really, really, really big difference. How do you think about the Sevilla game and who should play? I think the team is hard. I would like to see Piqué play with Mingueza in the center back position, but if not, Umtiti for me is way far gone than Lenglet. Whilst the problems with Lenglet, in my opinion, are mostly form. Umtiti for me is just, I think he's out of juice, you know. So I would like to play Lenglet there, and if not Mingueza, but I would like to play Mingueza with Piqué as the two center backs, Dest through the right, through the left Jordi Alba, see De Jong and Pjanic, Pedri as a midfield, and then Messi, Dembele, and Trincao. That will be my lineup for Sevilla. Mihailo Bojadoric, I just want to say, I want to know your opinion on one thing. I just want to know your opinion on one thing. Are people capable of changing opinions? Because, of course, I'm not going to... Look, if Atletico Madrid didn't drop points, of course we're going to be back in the race. Of course we're not going to be back in the race. In that context, they were back in the race. If people don't change ever opinions and don't learn of what is happening in their context, then it becomes all bad and horrible like Trump. Because he doesn't read what's going on in the world. So you're allowed to change opinions, huh? Just so you know. Just so you know. Just so you know. Any views on Koeman's tactics? Because the goals happen through individual brilliance or link up today. I think the goals actually were very collective. I think it was a very good team effort overall from the team to try and score those goals. So I do agree. You know what? I do feel that Koeman tactics precisely wasn't the best because I think the goals are more down to the individual brilliance of the players in trying to work together. I don't think it's precisely one player did an incredible thing and that's how they scored. It's not a long-range effort or an incredible dribble. So I do feel that Koeman needs to do better with his tactics and his substitutions. I just do not really get them. I don't feel Koeman is the best at reading the games. That's a very big part of, for instance, Valverde was better. Valverde wasn't incredible either, but he was better than Koeman. Koeman just doesn't read the games very well. His substitutions sometimes do not make sense. Sometimes his substitutions just hurt the team and stuff like that. So, yeah, I feel that's a change. Mihailo, yes, you are, but from game to game, that after a season, your opinion won't be respected. I don't really care if I respect them or not. I think now Barcelona are back in the title race. Do I think that? So I say that, and that's my opinion. If you don't respect it, who the fuck you are to respect it or not? Or who am I to respect it or not for you? So it's what I think. Should I not say what I think? I don't get that. I don't really get that. I think this society, dude, is so annoying in the way that they have to be black or white. Like, for instance, you have to be Team Dembele or Team Trincao. What the fuck is that? You have to be like, there's something that I don't understand, guys. And tell me, just to close now the live stream out because I want to watch Atalanta versus Real Madrid. Tell me something. People go, oh, Pedri is better than Riqui Puig. Why cannot you just say Pedri is good and Riqui Puig is good? Why do you have to make the comparison of Pedri is better than Riqui Puig or Riqui Puig is better than Pedri? I don't get that. I don't get that at all. It's annoying as fuck. Why do people believe that you have to be a little bit better than the other one? It's so annoying. Like, the two can be good. It's like telling me, oh, if I don't like vanilla ice cream, I cannot like chocolate ice cream. Both can be good. You may like vanilla ice cream now, but then in a few weeks you can change and like chocolate more. It's like, it's so stupid. It's so fucking stupid, dude. You're allowed to respect everything, and I think they're both incredible players. I thought Barcelona couldn't win the league last season, a few games back. I think Barcelona can get back in the title race and compete. I don't know if they can win it, but they can compete. Before, they were done and dusted, but they can compete. Because Atletico Madrid have handed them an olive branch. Here, Barcelona, toma, I give you an olive branch. So, yeah. It's annoying. You don't need to compare. You can make comparisons and study and be analytical and try to find what is best to you, but not in anything in the world it's exact what is better or not, you know? So it's annoying. Like, you can say, I like Messi and I like Ronaldo. What's the problem in saying that? I don't get that. Buga, what do you think Koeman has failed in the big games? I think because of a lack of conviction in what he wants to do. I think his plans... He doesn't trust his plans enough, and those plans are not the best, you know? So I think that is what is happening with Koeman. So I'm just going to finish up this set of questions until P-Boy eating body. That's going to be it. So Hassan Patel, Araujo, Eric Garcia, or Araujo, Mingueza, next season, Araujo, Eric Garcia. I think that would work nicely. I do think that would work nicely. Ruben Lewin, bro, people are starting to do the same with Trincao and Dembele along with Mingueza. I know, there's no point in compare. Why the fuck do we need comparisons for? Like, you can say one is better than you can compare and say one is better than the other, but for saying Dest is good, you don't have to say Mingueza is bad. There's a difference. You can say, oh, Mingueza is better than Dest, but you don't have to say Mingueza is better than Dest and Dest is shit. That makes zero sense whatsoever. You can't love two things at the same time. Except, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. And then Raheem Sterling. Oh my God, I'm so honored to have Raheem Sterling on our live stream. Precisely. Don't make a permanent decision. It's probably temporary, indeed. And people in Iburi 4-2-3-1 worked second half because every player were comfortable in their positions. That's why we scored. Braithwaite moved to the center striker position and Messi could run into space. I agree. Perfectly. Good stuff. So indeed, guys, I'm going to close it there. I promise you 30 minutes. We go over to 35. Good chat about the Barcelona versus Elche game. We already did a video. You haven't seen it already. Well, first of all, like this video. I'm going to watch us review the Barcelona squad. We talked about every single player that is currently in there except Braithwaite because I forgot about Braithwaite. Sorry, but he's a sell. And we go over, we should keep them, sell them, or load them. And then I'm already preparing a video, guys, for you about the players that Barcelona should sign. The players that will complete the squad from Barcelona. And then we will look in another final video, probably, or maybe in another final video, we'll look at the lineup that I feel Barcelona should have for the next season. So, indeed, very, very good sequence of videos from me. And hopefully you like them all.